It's wrong. As Islam, whatever you do is not imposing onto us to forget our ethics and our justice. We stick to our principles. And we stick to our principles. Gaddafi, by the way, I wanted him to say a few things about his relationship with some Western countries. It was good for them to kill him, not for him to talk too much. Exactly the same with Osama bin Laden, when he was killed. And according to all the Islamic tradition, he was thrown in the sea because this is Islamic. I never heard about this new Islamic tradition, but it was done. And when I was asked, I said, you know what it is said about him that he did, I disagree with all the things. But if I am dealing with human being, I am told that he had no weapon and that he was killed. And I couldn't be happy when you kill someone. And if he did something in history and before history, I want him to be judged. I want to listen to what he had to say. Because I know that some Americans, they were not very happy with what he had to say. So he was killed. If he was killed the way he was killed, because no one's so, they want me to trust what they say by saying, we did this, and we throw him no imagery. So, with what was happening with weapon of mass destruction in Iraq, when they lied at the United Nations session, they lied there and they want me to trust them here. No, I am not supporting what is done by the people who are supporting Al-Qaeda killing innocent people, but I stick to principles. Justice is justice for all. And if a tyrant should be judged, he has to be judged according to clear law, not by killing people. This is not our justice. This is not the dignity of our religion. So when I'm saying this and coming to al-hudud, is I stick to this, and when I was talking to, about death penalty, to say I'm against implementing, because the state of affairs today, it cannot be. I was in the United States of America, and when the Muslims, they were listening to me, and the Muslims said, we cannot be against death penalty, because in Islam it's Islamic. I said, I'm sorry. When in a country like the United States of America, you are a black poor man, or woman, you are 5 times more likely to be killed or go through death penalty because you are poor and black. As a human being, I am against death penalty in the United States of America. And I said this in front of the Islamic Convention. I got criticisms coming from Muslims. How come as a Muslim you can be against death penalty? You know why? Because I am for justice. Al-adl, Allahu al-adl. God is justice. Inna Allah ya'muru bil-adl. He commands justice. So I'm not going in the name of symbolic positioning on death penalty to act against the deep essence of Islam, which is justice. So this is something that we have to nurture. This is why we have to be courageous. And not like some scholars who came to me, like someone who is well known, I'm not going to, out of respect, I'm not going to hear his name. He says, I'm very happy you did this. I say, thank you, what are you doing, your son? It's difficult to talk to people. It's, go ahead, lose your credibility, and let me, what is this? This is not courage. This is not helping the Muslims to reach out for you to come with these ideas and to be consistent. So today, the people who are coming and they want to implement Sharia, because this is the question, Sharia is a set of objectives. There are many things in your society today. When it comes to the literal meaning of your constitution, if you read some articles, you can say it's already what the Sharia would expect when it comes to what is written, not what is done. Because we should not assess the state or the government on what is said on the articles. It's really how it is practiced, how is it implemented. So when you come to some articles saying we are all equal before law and it should be like this, and sometimes it's not said like this, we have to reform what is said, but some of the articles, when they are saying equal citizenship and we are part of the, this is Sharia. Why? Because they are respecting some of the objectives. Justice before law, equality before law. So we have things that are already. So this attitude, which is implementing Sharia, means implementing hudud, is a very narrow understanding of what Sharia is. Sharia is a path, is a way towards faithfulness. If you come to Western Muslims and the future of Islam, when I was trying to explain what is Sharia, I came with a definition. It's also on my website. So it's really what is Sharia, and it's also something which has to do with spirituality. Sharia is not only about rules, it's about behavior, it's about adab, it's about akhlaq. It's the way you deal. For example, if you have time, you will go to on the website during Ramadan. Every day of Ramadan, I have a very short chronicle on my website. 5 minutes, when I'm talking about one of the qualities of the Prophet ﷺ, the way he was dealing with justice, tenderness, al-adab, akhlaq al-Nabi ﷺ. And you can see that this is Sharia, the way he was generous, the way he was tender, the way he was even sometimes fragile, the way he was courageous. These are the qualities. So implementing Sharia is not implementing Sharia through law, is implementing Sharia in your heart first. طبق الشريعة في قلبك. So it's in your heart, it's with a good behavior. So this is Sharia. And then ethical ground. It's not only Sharia, the way you kill the animals, because, you know, we are Allahu Akbar, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and you don't care. Ramadan is coming, you are going to eat. Sharia is the way you eat, the way you respect your eating. This is Sharia. So within the society, you can implement Sharia, and the first thing to do to implement Sharia is to act against corruption and injustice. This is Sharia. Now to come with al-hudud and to be a competition between parties by saying, oh, you are saying that you want to implement hudud, now we want to implement hudud even stronger than you. We are more Islamic than you, Islamic party. And you know how we are going to do it? Even to the non-Muslims we are going to implement it. So we have to stop and say, I'm sorry, you have to come back to the Islamic tradition. Never in the Islamic tradition, even with the harshest Islamic position, it was said that hudud are going to be implemented on non-Muslim. That's not Islamic. So don't try to use Islam to attract voters, because the elections are coming. And the first to be resistant to this is you citizens, to be clear on what Islam is and not use Islam, and not to be attracted by these discourses. And when it comes to Sharia, implementing Sharia is much wider than what we are saying. So many things are already here. You know, sometimes I'm saying to Western Muslims, if you come to the principles of Sharia, for example, the objectives, for example, respecting your religion, freedom of conscience and freedom of worship, respecting your personal integrity, respecting your mind, intellect, respecting your goods, respecting your progeny. If you look at our dignity, if you look at these principles in the light of the Western societies and in the light of Muslim majority countries, sometimes the principles of Sharia are more respected in the West than they are in Muslim majority society. Because the dignity of some citizens in Muslim majority society is not respected. What I can say. So there are sometimes more Islamic principles in non-Muslim societies, which is what Ibn Taymiyyah was saying, when a non-Islamic society is more just than an Islamic society, so we have to acknowledge the fact that it's better. So we might have to change our way of dealing with Sharia, not by implementing only the harshest rules, but to come to the very essence, the philosophy of law, what the Shatibi was calling a philosophy of law, which is the vision of the principles, and this is the way I should do it. And I would suggest to all the Malaysians, you want to implement Sharia in this country? Do 3 or 4 things. First, be serious about education. Sharia is about educating people. Be serious about justice and social justice. Be serious about the way you deal within your family with women. Sharia is not about the subjugation of women and women not having rights. It's for women to be present, to be vocal, to have a right. And the Prophet ﷺ was very, very clear on this, and Islam is promoting these rights. It's to deal with, not to accept corruption, and to be serious about the way we deal with other people, the way we are respecting our traditions. This is Sharia. This is the way we need to be implementing Sharia from an akhlaq and the legislative side. Wallahu a'lam.
Thank you very much, Prof.